House. Ladies and gentlemen, drum roll, please. I need a better drum roll than that, ladies and gentlemen.
All right, okay. No, here, let me, wait. Let me, wait, hold on.
That does not sound like a drum roll.
I know. I realized that about 2 seconds in.
But mine did, right? Because that just really hurt my
No,
fist.
ladies and gentlemen, I expect a drum roll.
I don't know how you expect me to find a drum this quick.
Hit things fast, please.
No, stop everything. I'll be right back. Just stop everything.
I have a feeling he's going to get his handpan.
Probably.
Why is that the conclusion?
Wait.
Is he got his drum?
Oh,
The
ladies
is
and gentlemen,
that?
this is what I asked for.
The drum. It's not on the correct thing.
That's the closest I've got.
That is literally a drum.
It is episode 6.
Woo!
Yeah! Everybody cheers.
So much effort for just that announcement.
Oh yeah, welcome back to the House. We are the House, and we have our guest, Quiche Board. But she's not really a guest, she's like part of the cast. So like,
Pretty
she
much.
just hasn't been here.
I'm a flaky member.
You guys know her from one other episode. We know her from 2 other episodes.
Because one's not out yet.
Exactly.
Well, one's
not
never
gonna
coming
be
out.
One will
one's
never be
not
out.
gonna be
Which is
out.
probably a good idea.
One's never coming out. Much like the episode where we bullied Jara.
That one I will never release ever.
It
I've been
will
saying that
not
at the
be-
ends.
will never
Or-
see the light of day.
Much like the episode Jara accidentally only recorded his voice.
That's true. That was a really good one. And
We were still
he
figuring
only
out
recorded
OBS.
his voice.
Mhm.
Yeah, now we have to do tests before.
Well, we should have done them before anyways.
I mean, I know. That was my point.
I
It's
feel like that
now
is
we
common
actually started
practice.
that's how we actually started to do stuff. Anyway, hello guys. Welcome to this week of the House podcast. We are happy to rejoin you with all of us. You know, last week we had our short. Jara was off
On an adventure.
gallivanting at the beach. You know, fooling around with all the boys to see.
There were a lot of them.
I
I'm
knew it.
Let's just say he wasn't wearing his house shorts for long.
And now we're back with episode Sweet 6.
And now we're the Sweet 6. Yeah.
Just not double digits yet.
Yeah. The Sweet
whole
6. I recently started to play the bass, so soon maybe I'll be able to post a little snippet of some bass plus handpan music. You know,
Ooh,
Like
that'd
bass
be a good
guitar?
Patreon.
yeah, I've been learning the bass guitar.
Oh, dope. I'm learning a regular guitar.
These are both
Well,
Patreon things that are going to be available.
I mean, we are enemies.
Yeah,
now.
yeah. Subscribe to our Patreon, and you can hear me and Grim play really shitty music on our respective guitars.
Hey, the treat of signing up for the Patreon is you get a little snippet, every time we release a song or a piece of music, and when you can see us go from shitty mess to less
it's all about the
Oh,
journey.
All
sure.
right,
slowly. Exactly. See, that's
makes sense.
Also, that's
It's
the
the-
best slogan ever. You should
What is?
go from a shitty mess to less. Actually, what company would use that? Would use that slogan? Is that the counseling?
An insurance
go
company?
from less of a shitty mess.
Marriage
Yeah.
counseling?
Or
Oh.
maybe it's like
Insurance.
maybe it's really literal and it's like a plumbing company.
Ooh, that's a good one.
I
yeah.
want that to be an actual company.
Dave's Plumbing and Contractors. Go
Hey,
from
come
a
on
shitty
down,
mess
Dave!
for less.
Yeah, it's shitty mess.
Oh, that's so much censoring. Nobody say that word anymore. I want less editing.
why.
No, you misspelled
Grim, that's a
it.
no
You
word.
misspelled it.
You missed.
That was the
you
worst
missed,
thing.
You missed the T.
I
Yeah,
know,
that
I know.
was
E D
What?
3 F's, but baby. That
What
I'm
the
not
hell?
spelling it on purpose. The bit was that he was gonna bleep 3 letters and then suddenly have Y, and there's no 4-letter swear word that ends with Y.
Gonna be honest, I did not pick up on that. I don't think
yeah,
I would
I
have
don't
known.
think anyone was going to pick up on that. I
God
think
damn
everyone
it.
was just like, yeah, he spelled
Of course you didn't. None of you guys understand my genius.
yeah.
He sits in his
No, I
laboratory day in day out, toiling over new jokes, and
Well,
brings us this.
That's not a complete lie.
Maybe it's not a laboratory, but it sure is a nerd shack. I don't know why my
Or a
favorite.
closet.
I don't know why my favorite. I'm not in my closet. Thank you very
Shelves of nerdery.
Congratulations.
much. My closet is nearby though. Always nearby. My yeah. I live in my. Imagine if the Batcave. You know, with the Batcave with all its cool gadgets and everything like that. Imagine that, but just replace everything with just nerdy stuff.
And then make it slightly hippie.
Oh, it's slightly.
Just like slightly.
there
Just
are
like an aftertaste.
there are quilts covering all my windows.
True.
Like tie-dye quilts. And they're covering my windows because I can't be in the sun.
He's really a vampire, you guys.
I
Beware.
am.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, he
I
actually
am
is a vampire.
the close. Yes, I am actually a vampire. I've actually been alive for 943 years.
Guys, I've seen his coffin. It's like mahogany, ornated with gold.
Well, yeah, you made it for me. I would hope that you've
I mean,
seen it.
listen, at least you don't sparkle.
I don't
Yeah.
sparkle. No, I burn terribly. God, do I
Twilight
envy.
was really bad.
Twilight.
It was really bad representation. The vampire community really resents how we were portrayed in those movies.
I know. Yeah, just like. I mean,
Absolutely unacceptable.
whatever that werewolf guy's name was, I can't remember it, but whoa, whoa.
Yeah.
All right, moving on.
Anyway, it's kind of a conspiracy theory. Are we vampires? Are we not?
Mm.
The world shall never know.
Spe-
Or possibly
Speaking,
they will because they'll see us buying that much sunscreen.
speaking of a conspiracy theory,
God.
Pigeons, am I right?
That's a throwback.
what do you guys think? Opinions? No. My actual thing is I mean, yes, conspiracy theories, but what do you think is actually happening inside of Area 51?
Oh, I have a very solid theory.
Do tell.
I am
Mhm.
convinced I know exactly what is happening. I think that there's nothing like aliens or anything in Area 51. I think aliens are real, but I don't think we've discovered them yet. I think we're too stupid for that so far. I think actually they just have like really shady ass bioweapons in there that they don't want us to know that they're making. It's
No,
like
no,
really,
here's-
really
Here's the bioweapons that are in
Or-
there. There's one bioweapon that, like, if it detonates, it just immediately grows a patch of flowers, like in a 1 mile radius. And the U.S. is so embarrassed by it that they just don't want it to be seen ever.
It's just the only embarrassing thing in the world.
Oh, it's like the U.S. Partnered up with Febreze, and they made a nuclear bomb with it, and
But it
That's
decided.
where all the Febreze
doesn't-
kidnapping
it doesn't-
commercials were filmed.
It doesn't kill anyone. It just sprays
Just makes it
Febreze.
smell like
Guys,
good
guys, that's
Febreze.
where all the Febreze kidnapping commercials were filmed.
What are Febreze kidnap commercials?
You know the ones where like people are in a room with a blindfold, and it's
No.
like junk
No.
all over
I'm gonna,
them.
I'm gonna be
Oh,
completely
yeah,
honest.
they were-
Corners of the internet are you looking at?
No,
No,
this
you
was on in the
mean.
2000s.
I'm gonna be completely honest. I don't know what weird stuff you're
They're like the
watching.
shampoo. They're like the shampoo commercials where there's like two underneath like miscellaneous objects, and you
Well,
have
no,
to smell
no,
them.
that's not it. They had commercials where these people would have blindfolds and they'd be like sitting on a couch and like people would be like walking them around and the entire room would be like
Oh.
filled with like trash.
Yeah, kidnap commercials like that. You know, like the Coke and the Pepsi challenge, where like some people try to drink, you give a guy Coke, but he doesn't know it's Coke, and he gives a Pepsi, and you ask which one do you like better? And they're like, oh, I like this one. It's like, yeah, see, Coke is better than Pepsi. Suck it.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
The ones where they pay actors.
Yeah, well, of course they pay actors. There was that dark period in the early 2000s where like they were all trying the kidnap strategy. Where like, oh my god, I remember watching one commercial.
Wait,
where,
wait. You're not you when you've had your Snickers. Get in the van.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
No.
or it's a commercial where like a guy is just walking down the street and like it's a really long commercial. It's like 15 minutes of unbroken, just this guy walking down the street. And then this white van pulls up and they like clog him over the head and they tie him up and they put him into the van. And then like it's shot as if like there's a bystander and the bystander gets in the car and follows the people in the van and he gets there and they take the bag off the guy's head and he's like, no, please, I have a family. And they're like, drink this. And he drinks both Coke and Pepsi and he says Coke is better. Yeah.
Wow.
So basically, Area 51 is just like a compilation of bad collaborations.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Thank you for that.
One weapon that they thought was a failure, but recently, like it got, they brought it back out because they realized that it was 10 times more deadly than any weapon. Which was very similar to the Febreze nuke, but it was actually an Axe body spray nuke.
Oh god.
Literally,
that would be so
no
horrible.
survivors. No survivors. There's no explosion. It only releases like a large amount of condensed Axe body spray.
Oh no.
The people. I mean, they tested it on a small town, and when they went there, everybody had killed themselves.
Oh my god.
They would all die from the fumes.
Well,
Yeah,
There's no oxygen.
Their
in that.
bodies would just give up on them.
No, exactly. No. It wasn't. They probably would die eventually from the fumes, but their bodies just gave up from the smell alone.
Back
That's
to
the problem.
the Area 51 debacle. I think that's where all of the like weird, like inbred chocolate bars come from.
Hershey's
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
and Riso's Pisos.
I don't know. So how about like cat caught? I love that candy bar. Have a break. Have a cat caught.
I see. I know what you're saying.
Yeah.
Or there's the one that's called Cat. It's just like furry.
No.
It's
Too
targeted
far.
marketing.
No, it's
To what?
synthetic.
Furries?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, they're a
Oh
very
my
valuable
God.
market to target.
If there's conventions that are solely for them, you can make them. There's a market. So-
you can
Nobody's
That's
gonna
true.
buy hairy chocolate except for furries. Let's be
Oh
honest
god,
here.
please do not
I bet
create
some
that.
people wouldn't mind the texture.
I can't eat chocolate and I still disagree with the idea of that existing.
It's so
Area
inherently
51.
wrong.
All I'm saying is, if you gain control of the furry market, you're in. Like
You're
that's something that
set.
actually. I mean, you don't see this because it's sort of the behind the scenes of this podcast, but we're actually currently trying to gain the furry market.
I wasn't aware that we were trying to do this, and I'm kind of the one who does all the social media stuff.
You
We're not
better
broadcasting
Monopolis, you better get on that. You better find them.
I don't want to.
Smoke them out.
What? Never mind. I have funny story about that. All right, I have a story. So one of the days that we were in Ireland, we went to Inishmore, one of the like really small islands off of Ireland.
Yeah.
And like it's so small. Like the entire thing is it's gotta be like 18 miles long or something like that. And then it's like it's like 3 or 4 miles thick or something. It's very long and like something like that. It's very, very short. We got there by by ferry, and we were the first people to get there. It was me, my Chinese roommate, and a friend of ours. I'm just gonna call him. I'm gonna call him James. Now, me, my Chinese roommate, and James, we got there and like to explore. There's like 2 restaurants on the whole island, and so like there's like pretty much like it's almost all beach, but it's also really cold. Like the water is like frigid.
Ooh.
And so we got there and we had to rent some bikes because that's pretty much how everyone gets around. Like there are a few cars, but like pretty much everyone's just biking around. And I'm really sad that we didn't do this. It would have been so perfect. We didn't end up doing it because it would have been more money. And at this point in the trip, we were running out of our running out of money, so we had to like conserve as much as possible. But they had like normal bikes. They had electronic bikes, like the ones that you like charge up while pedaling, and then you can hit a button and it will like help you get up a hill.
Those are so nice.
I know. I mean, those would be nice, but they were like 4 times as expensive every bike to rent. And
Wouldn't know.
oh yeah.
Can't ride a bike.
But
missing
one of
out.
the options, was a tandem bike, but then also they had an attachment that you could attach to the end of a bike that would add another seat and pedals.
Tandem
oh my
tandem
god.
bike.
So
Yes.
we could have done it. We did it, but we could have had a triple bike and just all 3 of us done it.
Oh, I can see that in my head, and it's amazing.
Anyway, later we were like
Singing your Irish.
we had biked to
tunes.
one end. We had biked all the way across the island at this point. And we had stopped at like the one cafe on the whole island. And we got some food because we were really hungry because we had been there for a couple hours. But then on our way back, we stopped by like one of the beaches and we James decided to just bolt full force into the water.
Oh my gosh, I love your friend.
With the bike?
On the tandem?
No, we left. And then I was like, well, I mean, I guess I'm gonna do that too. And so like, obviously we stripped down to like as little clothes as we could have on while still being
While still wearing your fursuits, I understand.
yeah, exactly, while still not being arrested. And we ran out and I like followed him. I just bolted into the water and it was
Oh.
freezing. It had to have
I
been
would
like
do a
40-degree water. And like it was freezing. We were like bobbing there. We were like, my Chinese roommate, come. And he slowly took off all of like as much as he could and like walked into the water instead of like jumping. Because like he slowly walked. We're like, come on, just like jump in. It's fine. And we actually convinced. So there is a passerby who came by, and we were joking. Obviously, it wasn't supposed to be malicious, but they were like, "How's the water?" And we were like, "It's amazing. You should come in." And she ran into the water, and then she like popped up, and she's like, "Oh, yeah, it's great. Oh, it's so good." So we got out of the water, and one of the problems was my Chinese roommates. I mean, all of our clothes got wet, even though we took them off before we got on the water. Obviously, they got wet. Like there are people walking by. Like it's a beach. They got wet. So, and he hates wearing wet clothing. So he proceeded to ride on his bike without pants on, and just pulled down his shirt. And like pretty much all of us did that. And we went back down to like we biked all the way back across the island like that and got back to like the ferry place. There's a lot of like shops there, like touristy shops at like the place where you come in like on the ferry. And we went in there and like I'm not sure exactly how the conversation went, but pretty much the person the older woman who was running the
manager.
store, the manager realized that they weren't wearing pants, that we weren't wearing pants, and like they sell these they're like the dried clothing that comes in like the bricks, and then you can like wet them, and they
okay.
and she went back and she found like some extras that she had, and she gave them to James and my Chinese roommate. And they still have those shorts to this day, and they wear them. And they like one time like James came over and he had the shorts on, and then my Chinese roommate ran upstairs and put them on and came back down. And it was
That
like,
is so amazing.
and I kept my like I just didn't take out. I didn't do the whole bike back without my. I was just toughing it out in my soaking wet like sandy pants.
I
Nice.
swear, this is why I love Ireland. This is why when the world collapses, I'm just gonna go to Ireland and make my
Ireland.
last stand there.
Alright, guys.
Well,
I mean,
Cookie, would you like to
do you want to
well,
take it out?
Cookie,
I
you know
think
what to
that's
do.
Do
pretty
your
good.
job.
Well, I think that about wraps up this episode.
I think it does. I would agree. Thank
Now.
you, everyone, so much for watching.
May
Thank
the wind be ever by your side and friends always be on your back.
Jesus.
But not too many
Christ.
friends. Otherwise, you might
not too many
fall
friends.
and trip.
Yeah,
Or
you
you
don't
make
want to break
one.
your back.
God.
Anyway,
But don't worry, the wind will be there to catch you.
remember to check out the links in the description for our social media. We notify you there when we upload a video.
Bye-bye.
Goodbye, all.
Bye, guys. Something else.
That's the great thing about improv. All right, let's get into it.
Yeah.
All
Wait,
right.
wait. All right, let's get into it.
No, that's going at the
Nice.
end of the video. That's just guaranteed.
Wait,
Yes.
you're already recording?
Yeah.
Well, of course it's